Hey guys, what's up? This is a CD collection video, and this is going to be my C to D CDs. Now, what's playing in the background is taken over by Overkill. I don't own a CD of that album as of yet, but at least I can listen to it. YouTube is a great thing. So yeah, let me just start this off. The first CD is Cannibal Corpse's Eaten Back to Life. Let me just set these up on my desk here, because I'd like to be able to show you the inside of the CDs too, instead of just showing you the outside. I think everyone knows this album. At least if you're a death metal fan, you know this album. Probably one of the best from Cannibal Corpse in the early days. They went on to do better stuff as they went on once they got Corpse Grinder in the mix, but that album's obviously pretty great. And sadly, this is the only other album I own by these guys. This was a pretty awesome album. I've listened to it maybe 10 times since it came out, but that's being like generous. I can't remember exactly how many times. But yeah, that was a great album when it came out. Still is. Carcass's Surgical Steel. This is the one with the bonus track on it. But yeah, I really like the packaging on this. Like, it's just kind of really plain, but suits it well. The music matches the cover, I find. Like, it's just like really like surgically, you know, like every guitar riff is like really exact and stuff, and it's all like polished, but not in a bad way. Polished in a way where the metal just sounds like, you know, Killer and Cutthroat. Carry-On, which is a death metal band that I believe has been on the go for over 10 years, or I mean over like 15 years now. But let me just show you. This is basically a compilation CD with pretty badly, I don't know, a piece of artwork is kind of pixelated, but whatever. But I'll show you. It has these two demo tapes on it, or like promo CDs. And it also has like some other tracks on here. But yeah, this is just a compilation. Came out in 2013. Pretty good. Distributed in the US by Savard, but I believe it's on Pathologically Explicit Recordings, which is a well-known death metal label. But yeah, that's pretty good, brutal death metal. Next is some like you know, like pop rock. The Cars. I always like these guys. Next is Cauldron with their album Tomorrow's Lost. Not that great of an album packaging wise, but an awesome album music wise. The packaging is really like you can see how thin that is. It's insanely thin, and if you can see in the light there, see there's already, like, it was like that before I got it. There's just big gouges in it, and I didn't even notice until I had it home and I had the package opened. So you can't really like bring it back after you open up the fucking plastic. So I was like, great. I have a CD that's like has the packaging I knew was shit, but like, you know, and the booklet, it's not that big, it's not that bad. At least all the lyrics are in there, but I don't know. I don't know why Earache would even release a CD in packaging like this. I know this is popular nowadays, but I can't see why. It's terrible packaging in my opinion. Another album called Caveat. This is a technical, or well, kind of technical sounding to me, heavy metal band from Canada. This is their first EP, but is their second release. They're pretty good. I'm probably going to post this album on YouTube, because I doubt the band would really mind. I believe they have this full EP up for free download under Bandcamp. They've recently reformed. They broke up in like 2008, but they've recently reformed. So yeah, check that shit out when I upload it, because it's some pretty alright sound stuff. Next, some female-fronted death metal. Cerebral War. Some of the best death metal come out in a long time. Definitely one of the best albums of 2010, death metal wise. Yeah, just a great album. Sung by this lady right here, Sam. But yeah, I remember Ed Vedder, Infidel Amsterdam, spoke a lot about these guys when they were back in like 2012, I believe. He talked a lot about them. But since then, they haven't put out much much music-wise. This is their 2011 album, but hopefully they put out something else. That was called Maniacal Miscreation. This is Dream Police by Cheap Trick, an alright classic rock album. The most popular song on this is probably Gonna Raise Hell, which is, well, my favorite one is that one. And, yeah, and Dream Police, but, yeah, pretty good album. This is like a dollar bin greatest hits collection I found at the yard sale. Just really cheap. Like, the cover is just that one piece of paper. Or, yeah, that one piece of paper. And on the inside it's just that. It's blank. So, yeah, you could just cut this off completely and just have the main cover. But yeah, I don't know why they make CD compilations like this so cheap, but I guess it's just people care about the music for in the car. So yeah, this is a better greatest hits. This is their 1991 greatest hits. That one's better made. And this is another greatest hits. I have 3 greatest hits by the exact same band. But this has a weird packaging, and I got it for free. I found it at someone's house, and they just gave it to me. So yeah, pretty cool packaging. I've never seen that kind of packaging on any other release. It's kind of fragile, but it's still cool. Chef Aid with a big sticker on the front. Obviously, this is from South Park, and this has some great shit on there, like the South Park theme is on here. Nowhere to Run, Vapor Trail, which has like Ozzy on it, and DMX, like, come on. It's fucking funny as shit. Brad Logan has that's Rancid. What else is on there? I know Salty Chocolate Balls is on there, if I can find it. Chocolate Salty Balls, there you go. P.S. I Love You. That's a pretty funny track. And what else is on here? I'm just mentioning artists I'm pretty familiar with. The Who Boone Stomp, and Joe Strummer's on here with It's a Rockin' World, and Promise is on here, obviously. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm going to cut this video in 2 parts, like, and just smack them together, because I only have 13 minutes of recording space. Chevelle. This type of thinking could do us in. Pretty cool packaging, and not a bad album. But Chevelle are a band I've heard a lot about, but I never really listened to much. Children of Bodom, Are You Dead Yet? Pretty awesome shit. I like this album a bit more though, Follow the Reaper. Sadly, this is all owned by Children of Bodom, but I want to get their like, you know, newest, the Halo Blood album, and their newest album that looks pretty awesome. Chrome Cabot. This is some good hard rock. I uploaded this in full on my channel a long time ago, like a year ago maybe. Not that long ago, but like at the very beginning of this channel. If you see, like, the print job on this was terrible because it never even got wet. I think it just got slightly humid from being in the case, and like all the print stuck to the front of the case. But I was given this for free, so it's alright. The music is what matters. The packaging is, you know, it's whatever. London Calling by The Clash. I got this for free, I believe, as well. I found it at a yard sale, so that was pretty cool to get. I might not open up some of these, like, I might not, like, go into depth with some of these, but some of them I will. I just have to get this done within 13 minutes and then record the D part. But yeah, pretty cool lyric book. I got that. I can't remember where I found that too, but I know I got it for free, which was really cool. That's obviously like one of the best punk albums from that time. Classic Rock Gold. Paid $1 for this, so I said I'd buy it. This is mainly for like driving around the car with. It's not like something I'd listen to all the time. Something to listen to when my parents are in the car and I want to listen to rock and not scare them. Company of Wolves, some good hard rock, blues rock from the late 80s. Skid Row almost type, but like softer than Skid Row. And this is an old like discount CD, so I guess it never sold that well, but I like it. Midian, I found this at a thrift store, which was really cool to find. I didn't expect to find that, but probably one of my favorite Cradle Filth albums. Besides their first one, well, their first one's obviously a fucking sick classic. But their demos, I love their demos too. They're more death metal sound. And this is Nymphamphetamine, I believe. That's how it's pronounced. This is from 2005. This is when people were like completely like, I think people were just basically like, fuck Cradle of Filth. I don't mind this album, it's not that bad. But you can tell that, like, either they were so popular that goth kids had that album and their parents got rid of it when they stopped being goth, or like black metal fans bought Midian, were like, this is a good album, and then they bought Nymphamphetamine, I believe the name of the album, and they were like, this is fucking shit, so they brought both albums back. Could have been either one. But yeah, they were popular for a while. But yeah, black metal is not supposed to be popular. You know, goth kids aren't supposed to be listening to black metal, like, what the fuck. Creedence Clearwater Revival, this is like just a really plain Chronicle CD, and these two here are basically like in a set together. And then there's the Best of CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival, just a 2 CD set. I gotta remember which way to order these now. And Crimson Moon. This is a really cool CD release that came with a bunch of like herbs and like incense and shit. If you want to look more deep into that, you can look it up on Discogs. It's Crimson Moon Under the Serpentine Spell. But yeah, it came with snakeskin too. Obviously tying with the fact of serpents and shit. But yeah, pretty cool album. I've already reviewed their demo, which I showed in my cassette videos. But I might do a review of this album at some point, but the demo is just so raw and so, like, badly produced. It's like, I couldn't, and it's not, like, badly produced in a way that I can be like, yeah, that's pretty, like, adds to the ambience. It's just more of a, like, really poorly made, but that's all I can do. I gave it a 65 out of 100, I think, so that's not too bad of a score. It's worth listening to if you like old black metal. This is Cynic's Focus. This is just an empty slipcase. I like the slipcases on the albums most of the time, because either I can take them off and just put them in a drawer and I don't have to fuck with them, or I can leave them on and it just adds to the artwork. Yeah, Focus, obviously a classic in the prog metal and death metal scene. And these guys have made some of the best music ever. I know Wad X Him, his favorite album ever, I think, is Traced in Air by these guys, so obviously people really like these guys, and they tour with Pestilence, and they toured with like a lot of the death metal bands of the day, and they're great musicians, so it's good to see like diversity in metal like that, like diversity in the death metal scene was kind of accepted pretty much. And the fact that two of these guys, I believe, or maybe one of these guys is gay is really, like, you know, interesting, because I think when they came out, Rob Halford was supporting them and stuff, and it was like, goddamn, stick together, boys. So yeah, really cool. I don't know, I always liked this band. They're kind of one of the bands where I wish they would make more music more often, but you know, and they didn't break up in the 90s, but you know, what can you do? So now we're about to move on to D's. I'm just going to cut off the video and I'm just going to pop right back in, so see you in a minute. Hey guys, back again with the D albums, and I'm going to just start it off here with Danzig. This is the self-titled, and probably my favorite album by Danzig. I know it's kind of cliche, but it's between this and How the Gods Kill. So yeah. Also, no, I don't know. I like 2. 2 is pretty awesome, which I have right here, which I'll show you. But yeah, Danzig is one of those artists where so many people either like him or think he's a big pile of shit. Like, think his music is garbage. And I think his music is fucking great. I've always liked what he made. Even like the late 90s albums that some people thought were crap, I always thought they were pretty good. It's just a different style for him, so let me just open up. This is a huge fucking booklet, as you can see, like Danzig and the rest of the band. Let me just hold it back here, like big fucking fold out. I'm not understanding why bands ever done that, unless it was like necessarily. I kind of get it for that Danzig picture, but like otherwise, just bands who do the fold out like that, and I'm just like, why don't you fucking just staple that shit together and make a booklet instead of making a fold out? But yeah, Lucifuge is an awesome album. So, yep. That's all the Danzig I have, but I like a few other releases, but I got this CD here. It's the only other thing I have by him, but this is not like, I don't consider this in my collection. I found this in a fucking Eagles case. I really wish that the album, like the booklet and stuff, was there to it when I found it, because I love this album, but sadly I only have the CD. I still listen to the CD, though. I still put that CD in and jam it all the time. This is Darkon, or Draken, or I can't fucking pronounce shit, but yeah. This is I can classify this only as cosmic black metal. I will probably do a review of this because I think this came out in 2015. I'm not 100% sure though. Well, even if it didn't come out in 2015, I'll make a review, but I'm trying to get a lot of 2015 reviews done now. So you might not see it this year, but you'll definitely see it next year in like a random video that I'll post. Because I try to get all the reviews for 2015 done now because I'm so late. I started this channel in June, so now I got like 6 months of shit I could have reviewed in the beginning of the year, but I didn't have the channel. And now I have the other half of the year to catch up on too. Dark Throne, A Blaze in the Northern Sky. If you don't think these guys are fucking crazy, like fucking awesome, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing, because these guys are great. Also, I'm probably gonna make the collection update video, but I don't know, like, it's gonna be really sparse because I can't remember what I bought recently, so it might not even have everything I've bought, and you might be missing some items, but I don't know. Fuck it. Dark Throne, Panzerfaust. This is the 2 CD version. I love this album, like I say, and it got the second CD with Fenrir's commentary, which I've yet to listen to, but I think I'll change that tonight by sitting down and listening to that commentary album. This is, let me just get the fucking protector bag off the actual fucking case so it doesn't ruin it. Fuck me running. Nope, didn't do any damage. This is Dark Thrones and Black Flags. It's a bit split on the bottom if you can see that, but like that's just on the bottom, and it's very minor to me. This is the super like jewel case. I don't like super jewel cases most of the time, especially not with slip cases on them, but sometimes they're alright. I remember at one point I thought these were the absolute like shit. I thought they were like the coolest thing you could get, and now I'm just like, nah. I'd rather just have a normal jewel case. Because if this breaks, I'm just like, well, what the fuck am I gonna do? I gotta go online and go on Amazon and buy like a fucking spear case, which is something I don't want to do. And I'm not gonna put that back in the protective case, because that is a pain in the balls to do. So fuck that. Dark Throne. This is the Underground Resistance. Goddamn protector sleeve. But yeah, this is probably one of the best albums of 2013 in my opinion. I know Sean Count Blackworth done a review of this when it came out. I know a lot of people did, and I think a lot of people had a great opinion of this. Just, you know, a lot of people bitch that Dark Throne is not black metal anymore, but I don't know. I like the style that they're playing in. Like, I like when other bands do it, and the fact that Dark Throne does it makes it even cooler. Like, I don't know, it's just really cool style. I like that old school heavy metal mixed with black metal kind of sound. Next is Dark Angels, Darkness Descends. Probably one of the best thrash metal albums ever to be pressed to fucking tape. Studio tape, that is. But yeah, fucking awesome album. It's the only one I have by him, but I will change that as soon as possible. Dark Funeral, The Secrets of the Black Arts. What the fuck was I thinking? Secrets of the Black Arts. I was thinking about their album that they got. But yeah, this is just a fucking awesome pressing of this album, and this is an awesome album in general. Like, look at that fucking purple logo on the CD. This is the No Fashion Records. I don't know how old this pressing is. I haven't checked it in a while, but I know this is definitely close to a first press, if not a first press. But I wouldn't be able to tell you because I cannot remember the details on this. All I know is I love this purple logo, like the purple they use, and the silver ink, as you can see. That's really fucking cool. They even use that on the cover. I think that makes their artwork pop so much more. And I'm probably going to buy the newer edition of that with the 2 CDs because more content. Dead Kennedys, fresh fruit for rotten vegetables. This is just a classic album. If you don't like this album and you're a punk, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because this is basically, everything after this album was kind of like, a lot of bands stole, well, not even stole, just like took influence from this. And it comes with a documentary about the album. Really cool because it talks about the formation of the band and like some of the events that happened after this album was released. And it's just really awesome. And in the middle here, besides this album, which is usually, I've never seen this like in the wild. I've had to order it, but like it has discography and stuff. So it's just an overall awesome package. And it has the album cover that was intended. It came out as black and white, which looks kind of cool, but I didn't really like it. It was just black and white. But this really needs to be in color. And then there was the version with the full orange cover with black lettering on it, and looks fucking terrible. Although it would be cool down on vinyl because it is rare. Dead Kennedys Plastic Surgery Disasters plus the In God We Trust Incorporated EP. I love that EP and I love the album, so yeah. A lot of really weird artwork in this CD, as you can tell. This is when Jello was really going fucking nuts with his collages. There's almost every page in this booklet is a fucking collage, like more collage. I think there's a cock. Is that a cock or a vagina? No, that's a Mrs. pinching a pimple on her tit. Okay, more fucking collages. There's at least 32 pages of collage. And I think that Jim Jones is in here somewhere, I think. But yeah, then there's just lyrics, credits, another collage. Just really fucking good booklet. If you want to really, like, you know, in-depth release of this, get this one. I don't like the fact that they stuck that on the front. I wish they just would have left the album cover to its original state and put on the information on the back. But what can you do? But yeah, the only thing wrong with this version I have is the fact that on this CD, there's hardly a scratch on it, but on the very end, if you can see those little tiny scratches, like on the very, very end of Rawhide, maybe the last 15 seconds, it just skips until this album ends. Because I think like the data, like the foil that holds the data is slightly damaged. And I can't get this fucking CD closed. There you go. But yeah, I paid like $6 for that, so yeah, for like 2 releases put together, that's pretty awesome. Next is one of my favorite death metal albums, obviously you can see it, is Death Leprosy. This is a really good version of the album. Not the best version you can get, because there is a 3-disc, but this is the 2-disc reissue from 2000 and I think it's 2015, maybe 14. I wouldn't be able to tell you right offhand, but yeah, they had a 3-disc version of this, but this is an album that I was looking for years, and you can see how thick the booklet is. It is a pretty thick one. But yeah, this is just an awesome reissue, awesome band pictures that are classic now. Opening with Ian Christie done the first little bit of it. And yeah, I think this was like 2013 this came out. Then there's the sketches for the album, which is on there's a disc art too. There's 2 CDs, so that's pretty awesome. A lot extra like material, and then there's fucking, look at that, goddamn posters. I'll name some of the bands on the posters. There's Nuclear Assault, Obituary, Evil Dead, Autopsy, Acrofet, Ludacris, Indestroy, Morbid. I don't think this is Morbid you're thinking of. Tyrant's Reign, really fucking underground band. Civils, they were on a punk fest apparently. Burnt Offerings, which is another underground band. Coven, Death Turd, Raped Ape, fucking Jesus Christ, Sadist, Gamacide, Solitude, Hellwitch is a fucking sick band. If you don't know who they are, check them out. Funeral Bitch, another fucking sick band. But yeah, goddamn, like, if you want to ever find some good death/thrash metal bands, check out that fucking section of the CD booklet. you'll probably find bands you've never heard of and you probably should check out. And there's a signed cassette, like, printed into it, which is fucking awesome. But yeah, this reissue's like really nicely made, and the way they like remastered the songs makes them sound so much better. And I like the way they done the spine, just really plain. No like, no, there's not even fucking like barcodes. Like that's all on the other side. They just stick the goddamn name on there. Sorry, that's hard to see, but yeah, I just had to talk about that for a second because I really love the packaging on that. And also, as you can see, the cover is embossed, which I like embossed covers like that. So yeah. Same thing with this one. This one's embossed. This is Spiritual Healing. Probably my favorite album by these guys, if not like my second favorite. It might be my second favorite. I still got the sticker on the front, which I'll probably keep on there because I don't mind stickers being on the front. 2 CD. The hinge is broke on it, but that's alright. I bought this used, which is probably why the sticker is stuck to the case. Usually I'm surprised this still has the sticker with it, but whatever. Usually what I do is I cut the sticker out of cellophane. I just really like the artwork, and then once again it has another one of those little sections, and I'll name off a few bands from this. Devastation, Malediction, Carcass, Primeval. Primeval, check those guys out. I think they're from Texas. They're fucking awesome. Devastation, Baphomet, Cannibal Corpse. Cannibal Corpse in probably one of their earliest shows. What else? Overthrow, Ripping Corpse. Check out fucking Ripping Corpse if you haven't. Oblivion, awesome Canadian thrash with weird elements in it. Sanctus, Winter. I believe that's one of the first death doom bands ever. But yeah, if you like James Murphy's on this, that's enough fucking reason. Even if Chuck is not enough reason, and Terry Butler is just on here, like Bill Andrews, one of the best albums ever made in death metal in my opinion. Like Living Monstrosity, fucking Defensive Personalities. Defensive Personalities, one of the best goddamn tracks. Oh fuck, goddamn. Oh. Death, Human. I'm gonna have to burn through these really quick now. This is the 2-disc version, but this has one cover that I've always thought was one of the best covers ever, and that's God of Thunder by Kiss. Yeah, really awesome cover. Next is Symbolic. Obviously Crystal Mountain is a fucking classic. And this has a second, no, it's not the second CD actually. This is just the expanded version. I don't even know if there's a 2 CD version. If there is, I cannot remember it. But yeah, Crystal Mountain, Symbolic, Zero Tolerance, Empty Words, you know, just classic shit. And just Deep Purple in rock. I remember having this on vinyl when I was really, really young and being like, what the fuck's a vinyl? So, yeah, but Speed King, Child in Time, Flood the Rat, and Hard Loving Man, like, just classic shit. One of the best early, like, heavy metal, hard rock albums. Classic. Machine Head. I've had this since I was, like, maybe 8. So, yeah. One of my favorite albums as a kid. Perfect Strangers. Had this for a long time, too. But this is just a really awesome release. Just really plain packaging on this, but, like, I don't know. Deep Purple are one of those bands where a lot of people thought they were pretentious as fuck, and a lot of other people thought they were one of the best bands ever, so. Nobody's perfect. My Deep Purple collection is sparse, and I'm surprised I even own this, because this is like a 1990s album, but sadly it's written in. Like, I know the albums from the 90s are harder to find by Deep Purple, especially on vinyl. I believe the vinyls of some of these albums. Anyway, this is a 1988 album, but still hard to find. I think like the vinyls of those albums in the 80s, the 90s albums are actually really expensive. Def Leppard, Adrenalize. Not a bad album, I gotta say. This is before they went complete shit in the 90s and then never really recovered. But yeah, I prefer their first 2 albums a lot more. This is when they were basically complete shit, but I just have this for collection purposes. Euphoria, not that great. You can see on the back they look like a fucking like Goo Goo Dolls ripoff or some shit. Like, just look at that. Literally Goo Goo Dolls ripoff, but yeah, I don't listen to that, it's just for posterity's sake. White Pony by the Deftones. Not a band that I listen to a lot, sadly, but I gotta get into them more. I found this at a yard sale and I knew it was a great album, and when I listened to it I'm like, yep, great fucking album. Just never got into them more, which is kind of tragic. Deicide, this is a fucking awesome album. If you don't like Deicide, I understand, Glenn Benton's a cunt, but come on. Sacrificial Suicide, Dead by Dawn, what else? Day of Darkness, Crucifixion, beautiful shit. Well, not beautiful, fucking heavy as fuck. Dystopian and Anthropotagonism. I don't know, fucking death metal titles. But this is a deification. I have this uploaded on my YouTube channel. You can go check that out. This is a demo like CD that I found at a local record store for like maybe $2 in the used bin. Nobody was gonna buy it, so I bought it, and it's actually really good death metal. More on the brutal side, but you can check it out in the video yourself if you want to. Diamond Head. This is Light into Nations. I hate this deluxe edition sticker. It's stuck right to the front, but whatever. They don't even have the original album cover, or the album cover that was really cool, with like the fucking purple logo and like the diamond and shit. So I don't even care about the cover. I love that band photo though. It's classic shit. Let me just open it up and show you. Pretty big packaging, and obviously some awesome new wave of British heavy metal. I want to get their album Borrowed Time and Canterbury too, but I've yet to find those. Dio, Holy Diver, obviously a classic in the metal, in the metal genre, and Dio is a fucking great singer. Rest in peace, even though it's been said a billion times. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, awesome 80s rock, pretty influential to a lot of bands. But yeah, Dire Straits were always pretty funny to me, just a good band. Sultans of Swing, the very best of the Dire Straits. Pretty good greatest hits. Let me just have a little sip of tea here, guys. Next few you're gonna shit on me for, but whatever. They're all yard sale finds. I've never paid for an album by these guys. Believe by Disturbed. I actually got this sealed. It was still sealed in the package when I got it, which tells you how much it was listened to. Never. So yeah, I had to buy that for $1. And I don't know. This is not a bad album, but it's not an album that I really remember because there's no tracks off it that I've listened to a lot. This I have like 10,000 Fists. I don't know, Land of Confusion. This is not a bad album, but like I got this for free off a friend, and it's not even in bad shape. Like CD is practically mint. But yeah, Disturbed. They're not terrible in my mind, but they are generic. I can understand why people didn't like their newest album. People were just kind of like about it, or they completely fucking detested it. Disturbed, Indestructible, but these guys are a band that I've seen people wear t-shirts of back when I was like listening to Overkill and fucking Testament and shit, and I was like, what the fuck are Disturbed? Because I never got into like kind of new bands. I was more like, I was not a Slipknot kid or a Disturbed kid or a fucking Korn kid. I was like a Metallica and like AC/DC kind of kid. So when I started listening to these guys, I thought they were alright, but then there was a few tracks I found like Inside the Fire and Facade and stuff like that. A few tracks like that where I was like, oh, this is pretty good, and I just got more and more into them. But nowadays they're kind of just like a band that I'll put on CD maybe once a year for old time's sake. Best of the Doobie Brothers. Don't know why I have this in my collection. I think maybe somebody in my family gave this to me, but I don't really listen to these guys, so actually I'm going to take this out of my collection right now. Yeah. Doomsday, well, not that, I think like some family member gave it to me because they found it and they didn't want it anymore. Doomsday, The Unholy. This is a fucking great album. Oh man, I don't even know how to describe this. Just go check this out. I bought this off of Blasthead Records, and for $5, I don't even know, just fucking sick shit. Just go check it out. If you like any kind of doom metal, you'll automatically like this. And here's their other album, Doomsday, The Devil's Eyes. But yeah, just great shit. I haven't listened to these guys in a little while, but they put out great music. Their vocalist is really awesome, so yeah, the cases on these are like flimsy as fuck, but that's fine. Wait a second, I fucking put the booklet in wrong. But no, these guys are just awesome in general. They have good vocals, good instrumentals. They have keyboards. I was trying to remember what element of them is really cool. The keyboards are really fucking cool in these guys. The keyboards are really awesome. So yeah, if you like Merciful Fate, you might be able to get into them pretty heavily. And Candlemass, probably. Waiting for the Sun by The Doors, one of my favorite bands of all time. Just a band that I got into when I was a kid and never got out of. Always been one of my favorites. I've had a few vinyls by these guys, but every vinyl I found is usually chewed up to fuck, just terrible condition. So I've always traded them away. Like, I traded them away once. I traded away, I believe, the Debut and Soft Parade because they were in terrible condition. I got this for free, and that was like a $22 item at the time. So I said, fuck it, why not trade away vinyls that I paid $2 for to get a $20 DVD. Soft Parade, one of their best albums. I like The Strange Days, that's a really good album, but Touch Me, Easy Ride, and Soft Parade, the actual track, and just like, I don't know, just check this album out. If you haven't checked the Doors out, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but just listen to this album and LA Woman, because those two albums are really great. And this is a Digipack version. It's a bit beat over the years, but I think it looks better like that with a little tiny bit of weir on the cover. Makes it look more original. But yeah, this is just a really awesome packaging too, like, as you can see. And this piece of art, just look at it, it's like Jesus on the cross, and that looks like it should be in like a Christian Death, like, fucking album cover somewhere. One of the sleeves I made by hand just to keep the CD in good shape, but a lot of these CDs get in really bad shape because of the actual fact that they slip into the albums, and usually they get full of dust and debris, and then they fucking scratch the CDs. So I wish Digipacks, like, I think I've even like made a bitch video where I just bitched about that. I wish they'd make these Digipacks with at least a plastic tray in them, but I guess they'll never do that now. This is the best of the Doors. Everyone's seen this picture of Jim Morrison. This is a 2 CD collection, which opens up like that. So yeah, really cool. This is the soundtrack to the movie The Doors, which I do own. Surprisingly, I do own this on DVD. I know it's kind of weird to find, but yeah, it's a good movie. It's a pretty good in-depth like look at his life and stuff, and some of it is fictitious, but you know, that's the way a lot of that shit gets made. And this is another very best of the Doors. Bought this at a yard sale for like $1. So anything Doors, I just kind of buy. This is a Blasted Records release. Dope Runner. I will do a review of this in the future, actually, but I just haven't got around. Sorry about that, guys, but I'm just going to run through these really quick. Dope Runner. Awesome, like, grindy stuff. Down. The debut album. Down. The EP. This is the second EP. Let me just show you the first one. It's at the bottom of the stack for some reason. The first EP out of the series. Dragon Slayer, the band that changed their name because of Slayer. I got that for like $3 off Hell's Headbangers. Really good heavy metal. Check them out. And Duran Duran. I like a bit of Duran Duran. If you don't like the fact that I like a bit of Duran Duran, you can suck the shit out of my ass, but I like a bit of their stuff, so fuck you. And that's it. Thanks for watching this extremely long video. I know it's boring as fuck, but talk to you later, guys. Have a good one.